Hi everyone and welcome to the latest Christmas New Year review, wrapping up last night's action and previewing tonight's action. We've got plenty of racing going on around the country. I'll get into, just organising all my notes here. But guys, please, once again, like, comment, share. I really appreciate the support and everyone tuning in. So I'm just also organising my notes. I should have done that before. Other joys of live viewing. So what we'll talk about last night's action, even though we are up to into tonight. Sorry about the delay of getting all this. First, we had Murray Bridge, so that was the second round of the World Series Sprint Car Championship. And didn't have a bit of everything. The feature race was cut short by a couple of laps due to a spectacular crash involving current NT champion and Warrnambool-based racer Tim Van Ginningen and Kerry Madsen, the current and three-time Australian champion. And the incident, Kerry Madsen had come from the back of the field. He'd had a frustrating night. He got up to fifth. He was battling with Van Ginningen, who had put it on the outside of the front row alongside McFadden. And as they were battling, jockeying for position, and they were. Kerry had passed Tim, and then Tim had got back on the inside. Contact was made, and it resulted in a big crash for Kerry Madsen, and that saw him hanging off the fence. So it was a pretty big incident. Tim didn't crash himself; he did spin to a stop and sustain damage to the crash. Madsen's car, the Caneric Racing car, Australian #1 car, was hanging off the fence. Madsen was none too happy about it, and he voiced his concerns firstly to Tim and then over the mic with that. It was a pretty big incident. It's hard to see the angles, and obviously Kerry's got his opinion, Tim's got his, but I think it was a forceful move by Van Ginningen, but at the end of the day, he's racing Madsen. But in the end, it didn't work. He put it down there, and Madsen, came down. There was contact, and that resulted in a big crash. So it was unfortunate what was happened. But that's the way things go, sort of thing, on the time. So tonight will be interesting between Madsen and Van Ginningen with that. But in the end, obviously that took the gloss off the win. It was James McFadden. He picked up yet another win. I think this is his fifth feature race win for the year. It's his first World Series round win for the season. But he put it all together this night in the opening round. He was chasing his tail and coming from the back of the field to do it, and missed out on the win. But on this occasion he put it all together and put it on pole position and gone on to lead the feature race unchallenged. American Jason Johnson, running for the Diamond Bay Motorsport team, he was second. Really consistent start for the 2016 Australian champions. So with that, and then with that, Matt Eagle ran third. Good result. He qualified third, and Matt with that company. So with that, then we've got a rumour here that's come on. BJ Madsen drove straight through Warrnambool, apparently, not confirmed. So okay, not sure. With that, and what's happening with that, obviously he was furious, but we'll wait and see what's happening tonight. So I'm sure Kerry will be there, no doubt. With that, and in the end, McFadden defeated Jason Johnson and Matt Eagle. Then we had behind the podium finishes Carson Macedo running. Had an unhappy night to his World Series start the previous night on Boxing Night, which resulted in a crash in the B main. But he was able to put it all together, bring home. Qualified further up towards the front of the field, and then brought it home in fourth place. So a strong result for Macedo there. Steve Lyons came from the B main like Madsen, position 17, and brought it home in fifth place. So a good result for Madsen now, who's not, obviously, news has got around that, Lyons is no longer running for the Horse Motorsport team, and Dave Horrell from the Horrell Motorsport team has bought the whole kit and caboodle minus the semi, and he's good to go now. He's under the Horrell Motorsport team under NQ number 3. So we've got there Brad Keller, another consistent run for Brad Keller in 6th place. Ryan Jones, who finished 2nd in the previous night, he was 7th after starting position 13. Luke Dillon, Corey Eliason once again put on a hard-charging result as well to finish 9th. That's his second run in as many, second 9th place finish from as many nights at Mowbridge. And Keke Fallon had a really strong run, the Ford-powered racer. He brought it home in 10th. In terms of the DNFs, obviously you had Madsen and Van Giningen that was recorded as a DNF. Dominic Selzy hasn't had the best of starts. Started out of position 19 after coming out of the B main and had a DNF. One of the big news, another big news, was the misfortune of the Cricky Motorsport team and their driver, Jamie Veal. Qualified 12th, struggled a bit in the heat races to move forward. It's a bit tough. Had a mystery electrical issue. The team's obviously worked hard during today to get that ready for tonight at Mount Gambier's Borderline Speedway. Another one had a horror night, Darren Molyneux. So everyone was talking him up. I was certainly talking him up in terms of being a serious threat, which no doubt he will be, but it's that thing called consistency that, that's what World Series teaches you. Molyneux ended up 5th in the C main, so we had a night to forget, and that, saw him struggle. That's certainly not going to do his points tally any favours, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So then Simpson Speedway in Victoria, they had round 8 of the Eureka Garage and Shed series. Unfortunately, that was lost due to rain. They got completed in the heat races, all that. So the heat races were completed. Heading into the feature race, Corey McCulloch from Warrnambool had put it on pole position. John Vogels, the local from Simpson, was 2nd. Rusty Hickman had qualified 3rd. Brett Milbourne and Grant Stansfield, the rookie, and a Formula 500s. He'd completed the top 5. So there was your top 5 lineup. The night also doubled as the opening round of the Speedway series for the Formula 500 class. Their feature race lineup, Queenslander Ryan Skinner, who hasn't raced a lot in his home state of Queensland this year, but it was done a bit up north, but not too much running around Brisbane. He put it on pole position, so naturally he was disappointed seeing how he goes. So had a really strong run. Josh Buckingham was meant to start out of position 3. Position 2, sorry. Jack Bell was out of position 3. Caden Iverson, another Queenslander, had qualified 4th. Angelo Carusis from South Australia, he was scheduled to start out of position 5. So it's unfortunate what happened, but you can't fight Mother Nature sometimes. Frank Galusha, I think that's how you say it, from the US, he had qualified 6th. And then we had Frank Galusha, that's the first one. I don't know a whole lot about the guy. He was part of one of the Dirt Collective videos. They had a bit of a feature thing on him and a story about him. So I watched that the other day. So it was really cool. So if you go to the Dirt Collective Facebook page and then go to their videos, and you'll see Frank Calusa. So if you want to know a bit about this American. So so that's 2 disappointing nights. Obviously eventful nights, both in Victoria and South Australia. Then we had Nyora Speedway in the Gippsland region of Victoria. They had the Grand in the Hand event for V8 no modifieds. Last season's event was cancelled due to rain, and this occasion got run. It was Darryl Hickson who won the 2016 running of the event. He was able to pick up the win, another win for himself. Brett Clark, the former Australian number 3, was 2nd, and Steve Hopkins was 3rd, so that's Steve Hopkins' best result. Unfortunately, was unable to, due to the not being able to get the results from all the other classes. So it's unfortunate, but that's, how this sport rolls sometimes in terms of technology. Nearby, or staying in Victoria to Rosedale Speedway, they had the 4th round of the Victorian Series for super sedans, and it was Brad Wicks who had a horror run the previous night at Bairnsdale, obviously quick, but had no luck. And he was unable to start the feature race on this occasion, got the car fixed, ready to go. Was able to run away with the win. 2nd was Mick Nicola Jr. and Lucas Roberts was 3rd. In the wingless sprint, so it was the 2nd and final night of the Gippsland doubleheader. Veteran Peter Logue, who's won 2 Australian Super Sedan Championships, he was able to run away with the win. Tony Mill, who won the previous night in controversial fashion when he had to come together with young Todd Hobson, he was 2nd, and Wayne Logue once again was 3rd place, so that's Peter's son. In the VSC Sprint Cars, Adam Greenwood picked up his first win for the season. For the second night in a row was Jerry Hosker. I think that's how you say it. So he's the Canadian based Australian who was originally from, not originally, but lived in Tasmania, has moved over to Victoria now. He was second, and Brad Warren, he'd run the previous night on Boxing Night in the Bruce Stevenson car at Avalon, and drove really well, put on pole position and ended up in third place, or ended up finishing seventh place. On this occasion, he had a guest driver. It was only announced that morning of the meeting as running the Matt Balcom owned car, and was able to bring it home in third place. It's his first appearance in VSC Sprint Cars for this season, but drove really well. And with Brad Warren, he's shown plenty of pace. He just needs a bit more track time in order to do it. Then Bundaberg's Carina Speedway. They had the second and final night of the US versus Australia late model showdown. I was unable to get the rest of the results because there was no way of tracking them other than getting on the phone. And that's very time consuming. So I was able to get the results for the late models. So Callum Harper, the current Australian champion from Tasmania, he ended up coming over the win after the completion of the 40 laps. Second was Nick Girdleston, the former Queensland champion and obviously a veteran of many years in Speedway. He was second, and Brad Gorman, so Newcastle-based late model racer, that's Newcastle in New South Wales. He made the 14-hour drive. He didn't run the previous night, and he was able to bring it home in third, so he was thrilled with that, with his first podium finish in late models. American Jason Smith, he was fourth. He struggled to move forward. Cody Marnie, he was running second up until late in the race and dropped out for mechanical issues. So it's unfortunate there for the Americans. They didn't have the best of runs after the previous night, winning. Cody Marnie won the first night, and Jason Smith was third. So that puts that completes last night's events. So then we've got the preview for tonight. So as we're going, everything's going on now. So we've got Mount Gambia's Borderline Speeder. They're hosting the third round of the World Series Sprint Car Championship, also the third round of the Speedway Series. 49 cars are entered tonight. They're all good to go. It's also going to be the second round of the Speedway Series for the Formula 500s. So with that, James McFadden, he was the last start winner there with the Eureka Garage and Shed Series. Borderline Speedway for this season has got a new track service in readiness for their Australian title. So they're hosting this season's Australian 410 Sprint Car title. It's the first time since 1995 that they have held the event. So a lot of improvements have gone in. Better internet. That was one thing I was chatting to the track photographer there, Steve Rice, earlier today. And I said, how's the internet looking? He goes, it's a lot better than what it used to be. They've got NBN now. But NBN struggle to get in New South Wales. But that's good. So we're going to be, that solves that dilemma. The Borderline Speeder, they also had a blackout when it comes to internet a lot of the time. So 49 cars. James McFadden, he'll go in as a favourite, obviously coming off last night's win. Kieran Madsen for Redemption as well. Jamie Veal, of course. And Tim Van Guinigan, he's there. He's always done strong there with that. Sorry, the phone was just ringing. And then so we've got there with that, with all the with the World Series event. So really exciting. Borderline Speeder have made a lot of improvements, and the racing tonight's going to be tough. We've got Jason Johnson, of course, Dominic Selzy, Carson Macedo, and Corey Eliason. So there's four Americans plus all the slew of Brian Jones, all those guys. So it's going to be an exciting night. And Speedway Series always strong there for the Formula 500s around Mount Gambier. So they've already ran the rerun of last season's South Australian title there, and that was won by Dion Bellman. So it'll be really tough, and it'll be really exciting racing. Then we've got tonight, we've got the Boxing Day rerun for Brisbane's Archerfield Speedway. Haven't had much luck. They had their sixth rain out on Boxing Night for Archerfield Speedway. They got time trials in and a couple of heat races for the support classes, but that's as far as it got. So we've got Johnny Schatz, the 10-time Knoxville Nationals champion, 9-time World of Outlaws champion. He's running. Logan Schuhart, fellow American, so 37 cars in the pits tonight, so that will be good. You got Formula 500s, Junior Formula 500s, compact speed cars, and mod lights on the support program. So, John, as we speak, Sydney's Valvoline Raceway is going ahead. So that's 46 cars have nominated to the latest round of the US Ultimate Sprint Car Championship New South Wales round. Robbie Farr's in good form. He won Boxing Night, so he'll be looking for another win. And yeah, Sammy Walsh, James Thompson, the usual suspects. Grant Anderson, he'll be up there. Daniel Powell. Plenty of talent on offer amongst those 46 cars. You've got Alex Orr, you've got all these kids that are just on the cusp of getting a big result. Michael Buddy Kofoid, he's a 16-year-old from California. He's running for the Gordon Family Motorsport team, or the Gordon Family Racing team. He showed good pace. He was quick in time trials. Then from there he had bad luck in his heat race, and he couldn't take a trick. Got second in the C main, and the B main was cut short on and ran 11th. But he's got plenty of pace, so no doubt tonight he'll be running up there right up the front. Sorry, just scratching my nose. In the support, so you've got wingless sprints. They've got this season's Australian title, so we're going to have there's 55 cars there, and you've got Dean Thomas, Jeff Thomas, Daniel Flood, Luke Sayer, and Mark Blyton. They'll be running up the front, no doubt. And the lightning sprints, you've got 15 cars that have joined from there. The usual suspects: Pete Stiles, Jordan Binskin, Dean Eden, Matt Reed, and Chris Davis. So that should be a really good night at Valvoline Raceway. Then we've got Gympie's Mama Mountain Speedway in Queensland. They've got a huge night of racing on. They've got the opening round of the Summer Slam Series for super sedans. Last season, the Summer Slam Series was dominated by Darren Kane. He ended up coming away with all 4 round wins. But this year, he's got plenty of competition, like he did last year as well. But you've got Callum Harper, Wayne Randall, Matt Pascoe, one of Kane's arch rivals. Then you've got Ryan Alexander, of course, Mick Nicola, 3-time Australian champion. Lachlan on there, you've got Adam Beachy from Tasmania. So you've got plenty of guys that are going to be up there fighting it for the front, up at the front of the field. So Mother Mountain, it's one of the most unique, if not the most unique speedway in Australia. You go up a hill, it's got a dog leg, and it's got a bit of everything. So some argue that it might not even be speedway, but the Gympie area in Queensland has certainly produced a lot of talented races. And the junior sedans, they've got the inaugural Speedweek series, which kicks off tonight. They've got Artie Jonick, he's picked up 9 wins so far this season. But it's going to be interesting. Casey O'Connell and Artie Jonick at the last meeting at Kingaroy Speedway a couple of weeks ago, just before the Christmas break, had a big battle. So Casey O'Connell, he's the current Queensland number 3 for SSA Juniors. So he'll be there. Casey Garlick, she's travelled all the way up from Victoria. She's the current Australian number 4. And she's not going up there just to make up the numbers. And you've got another interstater, Ryan Harris, who's a south coast of New South Wales-based racer, and he's going to be running as well. Also on the program, we've got production sedans, street stocks, and national force sedans. So a big night tonight of sedan racing. And we've got Lanes Speedway in Victoria. They've got the 27 cars have nominated for the wingless sprints for their annual Crossfire Shootout event. Travis Miller, Luke Wheel, Wayne Logue, Todd Hobson will be right up the front, no doubt. Todd Hobson had a big crash on Boxing Day at Bairnsdale after contact with, after contact with veteran Tony Mills. So with that, and Todd Hobson, he's running his sister Ebony's car. So this is one of his favourite events. So he doesn't want to miss that, and his sister Ebony has graciously, handed over the car for him to run. Then on the car 2, you've got just over a dozen speed cars, and you've got Domain Ramsey, Adam Wallace, Nick Parker, Ash Booker, Anthony Chaffee, the Queenslander who's running for the Victoria number 6 Brad Jackson car, Justin McMinn, all proven winners and front runners in the speed cars. So no doubt that I'm pretty confident that a winner will come out of those 6 previously mentioned drivers. We've got the Super Rods, they've got a small field. You've got current Australian Victorian champion Andrew Howard. You've got Quinton Tanner, who's ran for the last decade 14 sprint cars. He's stepping back into super rods this season, so it's good to see him still involved in the sport despite stepping away from sprint cars. Standard saloons are also going to be on the program. Well, Gilman Speedway tonight, so that's near Adelaide in South Australia. They've got their annual Christmas meeting, so the solos are on. Max Frick is going to be running. He headlines the program. Justin Sedgman was meant to be running, but he's out when he broke his collarbone on Boxing Night at the Jason Crump Cup at Kurri Speedway here in New South Wales. He broke his collarbone in 3 spots, so that's put him out. Sidecars are also on the program. Also, the South Australian Under-16 250cc Championship. We've got riders from South Australia, Victoria, New South Wales and Queensland fighting out for the South Australian Championship honours. Then we go international. So tonight, well, currently it probably got underway now. We've got the second round of the International Midget Series. That's going to be held at Bay Park Family Speedway. So Bay Park Family Speedway is located the southeast of Auckland, 2.5 hours southeast Auckland, at Mount Manigulio. I think that's how you say it. Terrible. Sorry, please don't be offended with that. So Mount Manigulio with that. So yeah, that's on tonight as we speak of. Obviously Australia. The opening round at Boxing Night at Western Springs Speedway in Auckland was the feature race was rained out after one lap due to the weather coming in while there was a big crash in the opening lap involving Kiwi Hayden Williams. So the Australian contingent, hungry for more. Dan Kingshot, he stood out at Western Springs to qualify 6th for the feature race. So he's strong. Michael Stewart rode out a big wreck, but able to continue DNF'd in the feature race in the semi-final, which is the equivalent of the B main, and missed out on the spot. And Caden Brown came very close to making a spot into the feature race, but unfortunately had to settle for 6 spots. So that put him out. So good luck to Kingshot, Stewart and Brown. Fly that flag high for the Australians. We're really proud of you going out there taking on the best, some of the world's best, including American star Kyle Larson. So with that, then we've got, speaking of America, we've got the Tulsa shootouts. Everything's good to go now. So it's the 33rd running. The last 2 days have been set up with that. So that's in Tulsa in Oklahoma. So this is the event that's run before the Chili Bowl for the midgets. So they're from micro 600s, which is the equivalent of the Formula 500s. So what we've got 4 Australians that are going to be running with that in this event. So we've got Liam Williams, the current and 3-time Australian champion. So he's there. Marcus Kelly, this is his 3rd attempt. Christian Kelly, no relation to Marcus, it's his 2nd attempt. And Australian or Californian-based Australian, Danny Carroll's there. So that completes the 4. This is the biggest field of Australians that we've sent over there for this event, so it's really exciting. So everything's all set up now. They're getting into the draws, going to be getting that. But just to give you a rundown, there's over 1,000 entries across 8 classes. This is huge. This, the Chili Bowl gets, I think, 400, but you've got over 1,000 entries. So that's, I know a lot of people are doing multiple classes, like one of them being Marcus Kelly. He's doing 2 classes, but this is huge. Over 1,000 entries across, running over the next couple of days. So we'll keep you updated with the Tulsa shootout. Then straight after that, we go straight with the Chili Bowl for midgets, which you're going to have Darren Jenkins, Mark Cooper, and Michael Pickens is running for the Kiwi. Is running for Kevin Swindell. So that's exciting about that. So guys, that completes everything. Please safe travel, safe tonight. I'll be back. I'll be doing this a lot earlier tomorrow. We're doing this in the morning. So really. Looking forward to getting into that early for everyone, sort of thing, because a lot of people at the track, or if they're not at the track, they're getting into monitoring everything. So, guys, thanks once again. I really appreciate the support. I'll see you guys tomorrow, where I'll be doing another wrap. So, so thanks, guys, for the support. Appreciate it. Please like, comment, share, and okay, see you tomorrow. Cheers, guys.